You won't be recorded unless you unmute yourself, and then your voice would be recorded. Just I will be recorded for this full moon meditation and transmission. So welcome everybody. My name's Pavanjit. For those of you I haven't met, most of you I know pretty well actually. Good to see you all. And we are here for an hour talking about the full moon and then working with the full moon, doing a practice for the full moon. So we'll talk a little bit, we'll do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of movement, and then we'll do a meditation specifically for this full moon. I will say this practice that we're doing today is a practice that you can do anytime. So if you like this practice, you can keep doing it. Sometimes we do full moon practices that are very specific to only being done on the full moon or right around the full moon. And this is not one of those practices. So if you're watching this later, you don't have to stop watching it. You can still keep watching it. And if you like the meditation, you can keep doing it. So we're talking about the full moon in Sagittarius, which is officially this Saturday at 9:42 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in Boulder, where I am. If you are in Boulder, it'll be pretty spectacular if we don't have a lot of clouds like we have been having, because the full moon is almost right as the full moon comes up. As soon as the sun goes down, the full moon will come up and it'll be really big and bright on the horizon. It'll be kind of at its fullest, like right in the evening time. So if you look east on Saturday, you should see a brilliant, beautiful full moon. This full moon is in Sagittarius, which means that every full moon, we are working with polarity, which means the sun is in Gemini. So we're in Gemini season right now with the sun, and then we have a full moon in Sagittarius. This is a full moon on the axis of knowledge. That's what the Gemini Sagittarius axis is. It's the axis of knowledge. So Gemini is the shorter story. Sagittarius is the longer story, or the bigger vision, right? The deeper belief systems. And what we have an opportunity to do with this full moon, and I should say specifically, I mean, every full moon in Sagittarius, we're working with knowledge, we're working with belief, but this one is very, very potent in the fact that we have the North Node, which is our collective destiny, connected to Jupiter that just made its way into Taurus. So this is an opportunity for expansion of our own destiny, right? Which is very powerful. And then we also have Mercury, which is our thoughts, which rules Gemini, connected to Uranus, which is all about revolution, new ideas, advancements, innovations. So those two things happening while we have this full moon are saying, hey, get out of those limited beliefs. You've only thought you could have this much, right? You thought you could only have this much. Maybe collectively you only think we can have so much. There's always going to be this problem, or there's always going to be this issue, or I'll never have enough of this, or my life will always be this way, blah, 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 right? We have these limiting beliefs. And this is a very, very potent time because of all of these different aspects when we can actually start to realize, oh, I haven't been asking for enough. I've been keeping myself in this tight little container, this tight little thought patterns, and not been an acceptance that things can be better, they can be greater, they can be more expansive, more abundance, more joy, more pleasure, more ease, more peace. Whatever it is you're looking for, there's an opportunity to kind of break through your own mental structures that are holding you back, saying, you got to accept this, right? So this is the time, if you're going to think big, if you're going to think positive, if you're going to think optimistically, this is the time to do it, right? Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign. It says, I can feel there's something beyond those horizons. And not only do I believe it, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put my one foot in front of the other. I'm going to start to work towards this higher vision, this greater future. So this full moon, so that's easy to say, right? It's easy to say, hey, let go of your limiting beliefs, right? Hey, stop thinking that way, right? That's really easy. This is what I always like about if I ever see someone else's like um, interpretations of a full moon or a new moon or astrology. And when they say these things, I'm like, wow, that all sounds great. But like, how do you do that? Right? Like, that's my real question is, how do we do that? How do we let go of these limiting beliefs? How do we change our minds? Right? There's nothing more frustrating than when you're like, this is what I want. And then you keep finding yourself or your own limiting beliefs in your way. Right? Well, the truth is, full moons are an opportunity for us to let go and clear and release something, but you can't actually completely let go of those limiting beliefs. The way that our brain works, there's certain neural pathways, we follow those neural pathways, and those neural pathways are there. They're there. They happened. Maybe they were your parents, maybe you adopted them from society, maybe you adopted them, you created them yourself, and they're there. They're actually not going away. But what we can do is we can form new pathways. We can form new beliefs, and we can practice those very consistently and strongly. And then those beliefs start to take over. So this isn't something that, bam, we're going to do it in this full moon. Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now. Whoa, we can make a big leeway. We can shake up some things. We can lift off the ceiling and say, oh, wow, there's potential here. There's potential for way more than I thought. But to really work with those thoughts, you have to constantly be reaffirming these new thoughts. You have to say, if the thought pattern is, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough, again and again and again. And part of the way there's a practice that we have where we work with the breath and we work with our belief systems, right? We have to work on a kind of a multifaceted approach to kind of change the patterns that we have. And one of the things that we need to change is the mind. And the way that we can change the mind is through this breath and belief practice. So what's important is you make some sort of affirmation, right? Again, if you're really coming against some sort of negative thought of, I don't have enough, I'm not enough, I'll never do this, I'll never, whatever it is, think about what's the opposite of that, right? What's the positive of that? If it's, I'm not enough, I am enough. If it's, I don't have enough, I am abundant. If it's, I never get what I need, I am radiant, right? Just find something that feels opposite and feels charged. Put it in the positive and put it in the present. So it's not, I will be enough. It's, I am enough now. It's not, I am not enough. It's, I am enough. Okay. So no negatives, put it in the positive, put it in the present. Make it really simple. It doesn't have to be super long. We want to have something that has an impact. There should be a little buzz, or the little kind of like flurries in the throat and in the stomach when you say it. It should feel like it has some kind of like impact. Something happens when you say this affirmation. And you can do this practice, especially before you go to bed at night, either early in the morning to kind of set the brain, or at night, because you're about to go to sleep and then be in your subconscious for however many hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. You're going to be laying there and your subconscious is going to be releasing stuff. So program your subconscious to work for you. The way this practice works is you have that affirmation, you inhale deeply through the nose, you hold the breath in, and you say that affirmation 3 times. I am enough. Mentally, I am enough. I am enough. You say it with the mind, not out loud, just in the mind 3 times. Then the 4th time you say it out loud, I am enough. And then you repeat the process. And you can repeat it 7 times, 11 times, 5 times, 15 times, however many times you want to, so that you feel the impact. But you don't have to do it a bajillion times. Just, 11 times is a good amount. Inhale, inhale slowly through the nose, mentally vibrate whatever that affirmation is 3 times just in your mind. And then the last time on the exhale, you speak it out loud. And then you inhale, repeat the process. Okay. So I'm going to give that to you. We're not going to do it today because you need to figure out what that affirmation is, right? What we're going to do today with our practice is we're going to move. We're really going to take care of the thighs. We're going to open up the body. The Sagittarius rules the thighs. So we're going to work with that ability to walk your talk, right? To put one foot in front of the other. So really work with the thighs today, open up the hips, create some space. So not only can you think differently, but you can navigate the world differently. Your hips aren't moving in the same way. Your gait is open and you can start to really find the steps that will take you in the direction of this new belief, okay? So we'll work the body, we'll open it up. Then we're going to do a practice that helps to expand your consciousness. We're going to work with mantra, we're going to work with movement, and we're going to work with the Jupiter finger, which Jupiter just moved into Taurus. So this is and again, it's conjunct the North Node, which is our collective destiny. It's our collective expansion or expansion of our consciousness. So this is a powerful time to tap into Jupiter energy, to do prosperity mantras, all of that kind of stuff. So we'll do a meditation, and I'll tell you, this meditation is one of these meditations where we'll repeat a mantra and you start to feel a little crazy, right? Like sometimes when we get out of the frameworks that we have, when we get out of the thought patterns that we have, it starts to feel like what's going on? Like my brain is like expanding. There's like, I'm not holding on to the same limiting anchors that I've been holding on to, and the consciousness really starts to raise. So if you feel in this, like, oh my gosh, it's too much, that's part of this process. This part of this process is that it's going to expand your consciousness. It's going to feel like too much at some point because we're going to move through the blocks in your psyche to expand it. So that's a very normal experience you're going to have when you do this set. The other way, how do we change our mind, right? How do we come up with a new pattern is through these mantras. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to work with a mantra. And any high vibration mantra, we have so many amazing mantras in Gurmukhi that are a part of this Kundalini practice. They're so potent in the way that we use the tongue on the upper palate, and you'll really feel it in this meditation. When we chant it, there's this pulsing of the upper palate, and we keep this rhythm. We breathe and chant the mantra in a rhythm. This pulses the brain, it pulses the frontal cortex, it pulses the endocrine system, the glands in the body. It pulses in the structure, the bones. The bones up here are very porous. There's lots of these cranial bones that are nice and porous, and we can send the vibrations into these porous bones, and we start to pulsate a different rhythm, right? Everything is rhythm, that rhythm of I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, whatever that one has a certain rhythm, it has a certain pulse, and you can just adopt a higher frequency pulse through these mantras to start to release and let go of these old beliefs that are no longer serving you. Okay, so just connecting, that's how we change our mind. Mantra, mind wave, that's what it means, mind wave. Adopt a new vibration, adopt a new wave. So if you don't have your own personal affirmation, if you're not courageous enough yet to really claim what it is you want, right? Because it takes a lot of courage. It takes a whole lot of courage to say, I want this. I want more pleasure. I want more money. I want more, whatever it is. It can feel really scary to actually say what it is you want out loud. So if it's a little too scary for that yet, then use one of the mantras. Use one of these mantras that will just start to lift your vibration. And who knows, once your vibration's a little bit higher, then maybe you can say, that's what I need. I want this in my life. I'm ready to bring this in. Okay. Welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to tune in. We're going to start our practice. We're going to tune in with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo, Guru Dev Namo. And this is where we start the tuning, right? Om. We really send into the sinuses, really vibrating the cranial bones, vibrating the pituitary gland. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We'll chant that 3 times to tune into our practice, to tune into this lineage, to tune into the potential that waits for us on the other side of these limiting beliefs. So bring your palms together. Just start to close your eyes and let go of the screen. As much as you can in this practice, be with yourself. It's not really about what's on the screen. You can just listen to my voice. I'm going to try to describe things as best I can so that you can keep your eyes closed, so you can stay present with your internal experience. See if you can start to drop away whatever is coming after this, whatever's happened before this, and just start to arrive in this present moment. Feeling the space around you turning into spiritual space, into sacred space, and feeling yourself landing in your own experience. Hands come and rest in front of the heart. Fingers point up towards the ceiling. Heart lifts a little bit. Shoulders relax down the back. Elbows lift a little bit, coming out to the side. And hold yourself in this ideal form. Really see yourself in this perfected form of the human being. We'll tune in, taking a big breath in to chant the Adi mantra. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale deeply and fully. Take a little bit more breath at the top. Find your deepest breath, but don't let yourself get tense. Keep the shoulders relaxed. A little bit of pressure between the palms, spine nice and tall. And through the nose, exhale. Good. Keep the hands in prayer pose. Keep the spine nice and tall. Fill up the belly with breath. Fill up the chest. Fill up the clavicle. Fill up the back. Fill up nice, deep, full breath and hold the breath at the top. Eyes are gently looking up at the point in between the eyebrows if possible. Starting to lift and elevate the consciousness. Exhale. Good. One more time like that. Inhaling deeply and then holding all the locks, Mahabandha, squeezing the pelvic floor, gently lifting the pelvic floor, gently lifting the navel to hold the diaphragm in place. Chin comes in and up a little bit, and eye gaze looks up, starting to lift your consciousness. Three, two, one. Exhale, release the hands down. Just keep the eyes closed. Take a few breaths with the eyes closed here. And then let's come onto the back. So we'll do a few exercises to start here on our backs. And yeah, if you can direct so I can see you, that's helpful. Just come onto the back, and first just find yourself on the back and relax here. Just feeling the weight of the spine on the earth, arms coming down by the side. And then as you inhale, bring the right knee into the chest, lift it up, exhale a little bit, give it a nice little squeeze. Inhale again here, and then exhale, bring that up and over to the left side to come into a twist. So right knee comes up and over the left side, right arm comes out to the side. Keep the shoulders on the ground. Don't let that right shoulder come up. Good, let's inhale that back to center. And switch sides. So left knee comes in, give it its own little squeeze. And then bring that up and over to the right side. Go take a few breaths here. And then I want you to go back onto the other side. So left knee comes back to center, switch out the knees, and right knee comes in, and then it comes up and over to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. And you're just going to go back and forth on your own pace, just feeling this nice little twist in the spine. Getting a little bit deeper into the twist every time. Every exhale, getting a little bit deeper. You're finding a little bit more space in those hip flexors every time you bring the hip up, getting a little bit of a deeper squeeze of the knee in towards the chest. Good. With each movement, see if you can fall a little bit deeper into connection with the sensations here in the hips, in the spine. I think that our mind is just in the brain, but it's throughout the entire body. You've got nerves throughout the entire body. The nervous system is all over the place. See if you can drop that awareness into the whole nervous system. Spine, legs, the toes, the fingers. Good. You're gonna finish when the left knee comes in and it goes over to the right one more time. Come back to center. And you'll extend both legs long. And just connect with the spine on the ground. Hands come underneath the hips. Legs stay straight. Inhale, lift one leg up to 90 degrees. Exhale, return it to the ground. Inhale, lift the other leg up to 90 degrees. Exhale it down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, going from one side to the other side. You're going to keep the legs as straight as possible as they move, really pushing through the heels, starting to work with the hip flexors in another way. And just like we use a rhythm for the mind, we want to use a rhythm for the body. So find a rhythm with these legs that coordinates with the breath and stick with it. Relax the legs long, let both legs come down, let the arms come down by the side. Rest. Find neutral. Good, then bring one knee into the chest. Bring the other into the chest, squeeze them both in, give both of the hips a nice little squeeze, squeeze them in nice and tight. And start to rock up and down the spine. You're gonna rock yourself all the way forward to come onto your hands and knees. So rock yourself all the way forward, come over the knees, come onto the knees, hands right underneath your shoulder joints, knees right underneath your hips, fingers spread nice and wide. We're going to cow and cow. So inhale, lifting the head up, lifting the butt up. Exhale, rounding into cat pose. Inhaling into cow pose, exhaling into cat pose. Cow pose, the hips really point up towards the ceiling, the hips open, the belly drops, head lifts up. Cat pose, you make a scared cat posture in your spine, squeezing the belly in, bringing the chin in, tucking the tailbone, and bringing the spine up towards the ceiling. You can start slow, but then start to find a really steady, strong rhythm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, keep going, stay steady. We're really working with these hip flexors today. A lot of the limitations can be held down there. We get scared, we go into fight or flight, and these psoas muscles get tight. Start to loosen them up, really moving that pelvis with this breath. Good, huge breath brings you into cow pose, head lifts, butt lifts, drop the belly down, find the most curve you can in your spine, hold the breath in, focus the eyes up at the point in between the eyebrows. Exhale, round into cat one more time, squeeze all of the breath out, get all the breath out and hold the breath out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Neutralize the spine, sit back on your heels and bring your body down towards the ground. So hips come back towards the heels, head comes down, forehead then comes down, palms come together in prayer pose, and the fingers rest on the earth. So you've got your hand out in front of you, and the pinky side rests on the earth. You can spread your knees as wide or have them as close together as you'd like. I want you just to breathe some deep breaths into the back here. Every inhale, maybe the spine feels a little bit longer. Every exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the hips. Use the hands to start to push yourself back up into a seat, extending both legs out in front of you. Let the legs be nice and long. Right leg stays long. Bend the left leg and bring the bottom of the left foot onto the thigh of the right leg. So right leg is long. Left foot on the thigh of the right leg. Inhale the arms up into the air. Exhale, come forward, grab somewhere on that right leg. Use the right hand to grab somewhere on the right leg. Could be the thigh, could be the ankle, could be the toes. Hold on to that place. Take your left hand, bring it behind your back so that the hand is facing away from your body at about the height of the kidneys. Bring your spine, bring your heart to your feet. And then start breath of fire here. So you're holding a nice big stretch in the right leg. The spine is still relatively straight. You're not rounding yourself too far forward. So grab somewhere where you can still keep your spine straight. And you're doing breath of fire, creating this rhythm at the navel. Breath of fire is a rapid breath in and out through the nose. If you've never done breath of fire before, I recommend starting by sticking the tongue out, panting like a dog. Finding that rhythm at the navel center and then closing the mouth and bringing that through the nose. Good. I want you to keep this stretch in the right side. Maybe get it even deeper into the right side, but start to extend the left arm behind you. Start to reach that left arm behind you. Then start to reach that left arm up above you. Your body might start to turn a little bit to the left. Then you're going to start to arch that left arm up and over so it's coming towards the right foot. Just find whatever stretch works for you. An arch in the spine now. You're turned a little bit over to the left side. You're still finding that deep stretch on the right leg, and you're continuing breath of fire. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly come back up. Extend the left leg. Both legs come long. Bounce the hips a little bit in between, and then we're going to go over to the other side. So left leg long. Right foot comes onto the thigh. Reach up nice and tall. Come forward. Use the left hand to grab somewhere on that left leg. Let it pull you down a little bit, pulling the heart towards the foot, keeping the spine straight. Right hand comes onto the lower back, palm facing away from you. Breath of fire again. that right arm starts to reach behind you. And it starts to reach up a little bit more towards the sky as you start to turn towards the right side. Start to arch that right hand up and over the body towards the left foot. Continue breath of fire. Good, big breath in. Exhale, release, come back up. Extend both legs nice and long. Spread the legs a little bit apart. And then make fists with both hands. And just give a little pat to the inside of your thighs. Give a little pat. Go up and down. Good. I'll bring the bottoms of the feet together. You're gonna come into butterflies pose. So the bottoms of the feet come together. You have a little bit of space between the heels and the hips. Knees come out to the side. Grab onto your legs. So wrap your hands around your feet. Knees come out to the side and try to let the knees drop. Just sit here for a second, letting the spine be nice and tall. Cooling those knees down, feeling the opening in the hips. Good. Hold the feet like this. Inhale, bring the spine forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Final flex here in butterfly pose. Good, big breath in, spine comes up nice and tall, knees come down, hold. Exhale, release. And then bring the legs back into a cross-legged position. You've got a cushion nearby that you can sit on top of. Come and sit on your cushion. Sit up nice and tall. Get those knees to relax down below the height of your hip joints by propping up the hips. Make whatever adjustments you need to before we start to make our way into this meditation. This meditation is called Prosperity, Fulfillment, and Success, Circling Your Psyche. So as I said, we're going to use a mantra, and we're going to chant this mantra, really flicking the tongue onto the roof of the mouth. The mantra is Hud, Hade, Hadi. So it's like rolling R's. It's like it's H-A-R, but you're using the navel so much that it ends up sounding like a U. Ha, hud, right? Hud. You flick the tongue onto the roof of the mouth like you're gonna roll your R like a Spanish R, but you just do one little da, hud, hud, hud. Just a little flick onto the upper palate with the tongue. So the mantra is Hud, Hade, Hari. Hud, Hade, Hari. Hud, Hade, Hari. We're going to chant this pretty fast. Have the mantra come out from the mouth, and then in the space in between, try to inhale through the nose. So we're going to chant it fast. Hud, Hade, Hari. Hud, Hade, Hari. Hud, Hade, Hari. Inhale. Hud, Hade, Hari. Little inhale. Hud, Hade, Hari. Inhale. Part of the reason these mantras are so effective is because they regulate the breath pattern as well. So it starts to regulate our system through regulating the breath pattern. So Hud, Hade, Hari, little inhale. Hud, Hade, Hari, little inhale. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to work with these Jupiter fingers, as I said. We just had Jupiter transition into Taurus. I really think that this is an opportunity for us to realize the true abundance that it is to live on this planet. Truly how abundant it's amazing. This planet is perfectly positioned so that we have water, so that we have air, so that we have this amazing life. It's absolutely insane, and we take it for granted all the time. So this is an opportunity for us to realize our true abundance as human beings living on this planet. So we're going to use this Jupiter finger to start to expand those limiting beliefs and start to expand our consciousness. The Jupiter fingers are going to be like little antennas. So we're going to hold it up. The thumb is going to hold down the rest of the fingers, and you're going to make circles outward. Little circles, not big circles, just little fast circles outward. So the hand's coming forward, it's going out to the sides, it's going back, it's coming in. Outward little circles, and you're going to do them nice and fast. When you do these, the body will kind of like move a little bit with this, right? You're going to move them so quickly that there's a little bit of movement that happens in the spine. Okay, keep this movement, close the eyes, and we'll start to chant the mantra quickly. Hud, Hade, Hari, 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 Har Hare 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 Hari. Keep the hands going, but just chant Hud, 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 Hud. Relax, relax the hands down, close the eyes, immediately come into stillness, come into silence, and feel the impacts. Feel your expanded consciousness, your expanded being, your expanded awareness. Take a nice, deep, full breath in. And a deep breath out. Another deep, full breath in. And exhale, find a little bit of movement on that exhale, maybe a little stretch, a little twist. And one more deep breath in, finding some more movement in the shoulders and the neck. Some gentle movement. Whatever feels really good. And release, and let the breath come back to a natural flow. Rub the palms together. Feeling that extra space in your psyche. Do something with this tonight, okay? Sometimes when we expand ourselves this much, we kind of try to crash. So see if you can do something with this. Use this extra space to come up with how you're going to manifest these higher ideals for yourself. Bring these palms together out in front of the chest, fingers point up towards the ceiling, elbows out to the side. We'll close with 3 long satnams, recognizing our true nature of connection, of peace, of utter prosperity. Take a deep breath in. Nam. 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 Taking the thumbs, bringing the knuckles of the thumbs and gently pressing against the third eye center. Finding gratitude within yourself, finding reverence, and bowing Satnam. All right, y'all. The way we lift collective consciousness is by lifting our own consciousness. So thank you for doing the work today, for showing up for yourself and showing up for all of us on this planet by lifting your own psyche, lifting your own self. It's so important. We got to do it. We got to keep doing it. So thanks for showing up. Thank you for your donations. We'll do another full moon in about a month at the beginning of July. So look for that coming. I think it'll be on a Sunday evening, and I'll look for you guys then.